Alrighty then, folks, let's get this road on the show. I do hope that everything sounds well. I just switching over scenes. I do believe this is working. And I think I have both chats up as well. Looks like it. Okay. Well, gonna goof off for a bit and try growing up an Amargasaurus, because I have never done that before, and for some reason I like the challenge of growing a herbivore. What's lovely is I somehow already hear footsteps. Alright, what's my quest? Amanita mushrooms and button mushrooms. I think Amanita mushrooms are usually by the lake. Pretty sure that was a Maip, which is terrible news for little old me. It seems like last stream I left off just about to turn into adolescent. So, really not a whole lot of growth happened last stream, but I would have been on earlier, but I spent a long time trying to figure out this whole multi-streaming thing to Twitch and YouTube, and I'm not even 100% sure it's, like completely working, but I don't know. All the little meters and stuff look like they're working. OBS is a terrifying piece of technology if you're one such as myself who barely even uses a computer. Okay, I was right on the Amanitas. It's been a while since I played Path, but I remember some stuff. I also even tried to get little like alert windows and stuff set up. We'll see how that goes. Well, we'll see if they even get used. Oh, well, that's convenient. You'd almost believe that I just knew that was going to be there, but nope. Well, surely there must be some more nearby. Almost missed that. Sorry, I went quiet there for a second. I thought I heard something. I think we're good for right now. I don't know. I can't hear anything in this damn storm. But I know we heard that Maip earlier. You know, one thing I wish OBS did, maybe it does and I just don't know how to do it, is I wish it showed viewer count. Not that I obsess over the number, more that I'd like to know if people are actually in here or not. Because, like, I kind of want to talk about some of the new Planet Zoo stuff that came out today. But I also don't want to just talk to the void. Like, I'm fine enough narrating what I'm doing to talk to the void in case people come into chat, but like, when I actually want to have a conversation, I'd like to know somebody's there. I am genuinely, overall, quite happy about the reveals and stuff we got today with Planet Zoo, as well as the deep dive into aquariums. Honestly, I think the only thing that particularly disappointed me during this reveal cycle was one, they unfortunately just used the worst possible model for the boa constrictor. Everything they've released up until that boa constrictor has looked excellent. And then two, I guess, would be just a nitpick on my end that we haven't gotten anything again for birds. Not a single bird has been part of any of those releases. I know that like this week there was a ton of aviary or aquatic stuff released, and likely because they did that feature focus on the aquatics. So I'm guessing they're probably gonna do feature focus on an aviary thing, but I know it's not this coming week because the teaser for the next one I think was like 4 exhibit animals, 5 exhibit animals, and like 1 or 2 aquatics, no aviary animals. They didn't have any of the green boxes. Where do I want to go? Because I'm in Willemi now. I don't necessarily want to go Hollow Hills to Redwoods. I'm still very small. So I guess I can come down the pass into this area. Although I know the coastland swamp can sometimes be a hot spot. Though I'm not like crazy upset if anything happens. I'm mostly just goofing off, growing an Amargasaur, and moreover than not, just testing if this multi-stream thing actually works. I want to stream for at least maybe 2.5 hours just to make sure this all works. Something sounds very big. But I also really want to go this way, so I'm kind of have to just bank that that's not a predator. Or at the very least, it's not a predator that can catch me. Oh. Oh, it's a Sarcosuchus. I'm pretty sure he's just heading for the water. I think I'm fine. At least I saw that before I decided to drink any of that water. Well, that didn't sound like a Sarcosuchus. Sounds like there might be something else up there. Huh. I'm also, like, in a heated personal debate with myself about whether or not I ever actually do a face cam. I feel like I gotta just get a lot better at this before I try to integrate yet another thing into OBS. Like, I don't care to do a face cam either way. Like, it's not something I'm scared to do. Like I'm not scared to put myself on camera. But I don't know. I don't necessarily wish to try to figure all that out just yet. But I mean, I guess if I could figure out the multi-streaming thing, I can probably figure out a face cam. I think it's just like another scene in OBS. Or I guess a source in a scene. Alrighty. I guess I want to go this way. I actually don't come to this part of the map too often. I think is this the way down? Do I have to keep, like, snaking this way? I know this isn't the way down, I just want to look. That seems familiar. Maybe I keep just snaking down this way. I don't like being near that cliff edge all that much. Definitely not also checking stuff on my phone. Okay. Alright, let's lock in. I definitely feel like I just made a big ass circle. Does not look like I can get down there. Does seem like I can get down over there though. I wonder if I can get over there. I did in fact make just a big ass circle. Alright, but at the very least I found the right way down this time. Ooh, and there's an anthill down here. I can squeeze in a little bit more growth. No, yeah, I'm not crazy. I definitely hear footsteps. Big footsteps. Think I actually just managed to avoid whatever that was. Frankly, I do not wish to find out. I am still but a humble little sauropodlet. Oh my Jesus Christ. I forgot those alerts were on. It just terrified me. I thought I was getting attacked. Hello, welcome in, TK. Oh my god. Whatever is making all that noise, it might be coming back for me. I want to do this, but I hear something big moving around. It's like right there. What it? Oh, it's just an iguanodon. Yeah, this is actually my first time ever growing an Amargasaurus. I have been playing Path of Titans since like 2021, I think. So quite a long time now, and I've never grown an Amargasaurus, and I have no idea why. I mean, I've already made it to a good luck, yeah, but I have made it to adolescent so far. I've been pretty lucky. I mean, I do know the map well, so I tend to know where hotspots are and how to avoid them when I'm young. Oh yeah, Amargasaur did get a TLC. I've never played it before, so I just didn't notice a difference. I remember hearing it had really slow growth and that it just didn't have a whole lot to defend itself with. I got to admit, at the very least, it's got good speed and good stamina for its size. I mean, that stamina is barely dropping. Ah, there's the Iggy from earlier. I'm gonna follow them for a minute. At the very least, there's unintentional safety in numbers. As in, who knows? Maybe something goes for that Iggy before me. Okay, I'm way smaller. I don't know if something's gonna go for me first. Although it does seem like we have the same quest. I promise I'm not just like randomly following you. This is a semi-realism server as well too, so it's not just like fighting for my life on officials. There's at least some code and ethics. Okay, how many? Okay, I think this is the last pile. And then I'm going to double back because I saw some reeds. This is Nat Hist, or I'm pretty sure it's short for natural history, but on the actual thing, it's Nat Hist Semi-Realism. I've been a part of this server for a long time now, since some of its early days. I do occasionally play on some other servers too. I've been on like PT Semi-Realism. Um, oh my god, there was one that I used to play on that had like all the mods on it, like the fantasy mods and stuff too. Most of the time, I tend to just play on semi-realism servers though. Man, I am really blanking on the name of that other server. I actually love growing stegos. Like I grow a lot of herbivores because it's just more of a challenge. You're more of a target. But stego is actually really fun. For its size, it can hold itself well, like it can defend itself well, and for anything bigger than it, it can usually outrun it if you haven't got caught out with low stamina. At least for like as far as official dinosaur goes, I think it's one of the most well-rounded ones. Obviously, a lot of the mod dinosaurs have more work in them. Mm. I'm gonna guess if there's anthills in coastal swamp, they might be over here. I mean, the nice thing about a lot of these semi-realism servers too is that they have passive growth. On officials, I have almost every dino on Riparian. Wow. You know what's crazy? I have played Path of Titans for many, many, many years. And I think except for when I first played in the very beginning, I have not played on officials. I have almost exclusively played on community servers. Now, admittedly, a lot of that was because the community servers had the mods, and a lot of the mods are what I was after. But I know nowadays you can get the mods on the official servers now too. That still doesn't warrant me going to official servers though. I don't think I got it in me to deal with a mega mix pack. See, it was almost the opposite for me. Like I almost didn't even know that the official servers existed because it was a friend of mine that got me into the game, and he pretty much, I think he was already in a community server, and so he just brought me in on that. But of course, not knowing what I was doing, occasionally I would click in and then just click play instead of looking at the little community servers tab. Oh yeah, I forgot. Amargasaurus swims like it's made of bricks. I'm gonna need to be mindful when I start island hopping. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. Some semi-realism servers are hell. I've been in a lot of semi-realism servers, and some of the ones I was, it's funny, I was literally about to bring that one up. I was gonna say some of the ones I was in started out really nice, like Crimson Isles or Adults with Jobs or things like that. And then I guess just poor management and other things dissolved them over time. I genuinely hope these footsteps are that eggy again. They're not. I hear it snapping and biting. Yeah, that's a carnivore of some sort. Yeah, it is unfortunate that a lot of those older original servers kind of just fell apart over time. And it really did come down to a lot of just poor management. Okay, yeah, that's an aloe? I think it's either a Displetosaurus or an aloe. I can't tell. I'm gonna just hope it like somehow doesn't see me. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Oh yeah, that's a Displetosaurus. There's no way he doesn't see me. He's looking right at me. I'm just gonna walk away now. I mean, it's been so long since I've been on any of those servers. I couldn't tell you what the happenings are there now. Okay, good. He's moving the other way. But I will give Nat Hiss its flowers. I think their management's pretty good. It's not perfect. No one is, but I think they're pretty good for what they do. Oh my god, yeah. No, like, main reason I like playing Semi-Realism. Well, of course, I play a lot of Animal Simulator games. Realism is a favorite of mine. But also, just the no mix packing thing is so good. You can learn how to defend against certain... Oh my god. I, for the love of God, have to turn those alerts down. They're going to give me a heart attack every time. But also, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Okay, it seems like everyone knows each other now. It's wonderful to see you all here. But yeah, we were just talking about it, management in realism servers. Oh, right. I was talking about how like it's nice to know I don't have to deal with mix packing because like you can learn how to defend yourself against certain dinosaurs. But when everything mix packs, it's like way harder to like try to figure out how you're supposed to defend yourself in that situation. Okay, there's fresh water on that island, and I really want to get to it. But this Amargasaurus swims like it's made of bricks, so this is going to be a risky crossing. Alright, it's not that terrible. Ran into the biggest mega pack. Yeah, I've seen so many TikTok clips of just like insane mega packs. And the worst of it all too is when a lot of the smalls and bigs mix up. Like when you've got what is it? When you've got like tyrannosaurs and what in God's name is that? It's two Sukos, a duck, two Sagos, and many. Oh my God, that sounds awful. I didn't even think about herbivores getting in the mix packs too. That's awful. I was saying that like I hate it when like tyrannosaurs and like the raptors and stuff would mix pack because it's just like you can get away from the big guys, but then the little ones just follow you forever and relay information. Listen, I have nothing against you if you were mega packing. It is just a nightmare for somebody like me because no matter how long I have played this game, I am just not good at combat. So a mega pack is just the word. I'm just gonna get hunted down and killed every time. But yeah, you were saying that like I sometimes the semi-realism servers can have their issues with management, absolutely. But like it comes at a cost because I love realism servers too, but sometimes they're just like a little too tight. And I know they say realism, but really it's the whims of like the server owner to decide what quote unquote realism is, because there's no general accepted realism for, dinosaur simulator game, especially one like Path of Titans where you're kind of just like mashing a toy box of different dinosaurs together. Most of these animals never lived alongside each other. Yet TK, that is how mega packs oftentimes function. They just see somebody looking vulnerable. Oh, you were on para last time you played. Also, wait, that was a 10v1 against a Titan. I genuinely hope you at least won if you were 10v1 against a Titan, but I will admit that Titans are a little broken. Like, at least they have the hunger debuff that means they're hunting all the time, but like, they should not have that much speed as an Apex. Also, para, wonderful choice. I think I have a para on this server. I'm not 1,000% sure of that, but I love the like striped white and black skin that the para has with the little hints of blue. It reminds me a lot of like a Bell's Face lace monitor. It's such a gorgeous skin. Also, sound design on the PT para, so good. Oh, okay. Uh, he did pretty good against everything except the Rex and me. You know what? Credit for him holding his ground, because I would have probably just tried to run and then gotten killed. Either way. Oh, Citrus Forest. Yeah. That's actually funny enough. Citrus Forest is where I think I spawned as this Amarga when it first spawned in as a baby. Was it Citrus or was it? Yeah, I think it was Citrus, and then I went to Blackfern Hills. Oh yeah, you weren't here a minute ago when I mentioned it. Yeah, I'm on the Nat Hist community server, which is why we were talking about semi-realism servers and management and the like. Yeah, because they mentioned earlier, like Crimson Isle, which is a server I used to play on forever ago too. Um, as well as there was Adults with Jobs. There was I want to say it was called like Jurassic Isle or something. There's another one like that. I've server hopped a ton of servers, but I have to say that this one is probably one of the ones I've been on the longest. Also, I think this part of the island might be where the anthills are. I'm not 100% sure. I have been somewhat just wandering aimlessly. I guess I could double back and go to Mudflats, or I could continue up to the islands here. I might go Mudflats and then up into, I think this is Twisted Forest. But obviously I only want to cross into Mudflats where it's close. I don't have to swim that much. I mean, realistically speaking, I think most of the semi-realism servers are a bit on the confusing side. There's a lot of rules to them. But thankfully I've been part of this one for so long that like I've only had to learn new rules as they were added instead of just coming in and there's already 8,000 rules. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna have to make a crossing here. Probably gonna want full stamina for that though. Yeah, I mean, have I played other simulators that I think are more well optimized than Path of Titans? Yes, but at the same time, I somehow keep coming back to Path of Titans all the time. Yeah, you said it perfectly. I have a love-hate relationship with this game. That is exactly how it feels. Also, yes, getting jumped by like large packs of either the Deinonychus or the Latavenatrix is horrible. There's certain dinosaurs I'm really good at fighting off the little guys with, but sometimes it's just Titan is actually really bad at it. That's one where like I've lost a lot of my Titans specifically to packs of raptors. Honestly, I think one of the best saving graces for Path of Titans is that it is A, still actively in development. They're adding stuff all the time. And B, that unlike almost every other animal simulator in existence, it hasn't been abandoned or taken out back and shot. I can't tell you how many different both dinosaur games and even other type of animal simulator games I've seen just come and go in my years. Which is sad. Some of them I feel like had great potential, but they just got taken out back and shot. I know technically some of them aren't quote unquote dead yet, but like let's be real. We're talking about things like Saurian and the likes of those. I mean, has there been a new update for Beast of Bermuda in the last year or two? I'm not even sure. The Isle is still technically trucking along, despite all the stuff going on over there. So I'll give them that at least. And other than Path of Titans, I would have to say that I think Ecos Labrea is probably the next one that has their stuff together. Yeah, I get that the Isle is broken half the time, but to be fair, I think that has to be more about the fact that they're just a little too ambitious sometimes. And they just like they're doing too much, they're adding too much, they're going absolutely crazy, and it's like you're making it to the point where only people with like the highest NPCs can even play the game. Which it's fine if that's the niche they want to occupy. That's the niche they want to occupy, but I do think it's a little crazy. Also, like I've gone onto community servers on the Isle recently. There are servers that have like 450 player counts. I don't know how those servers manage to sustain themselves. Oh, hey, I know that over on YouTube. I see you. Even if the alert window is incredibly. Oh my god. Sorry. I was looking over at the alert and trying to Just see the subscriber name, and then I thought I heard something. See, this is half the problem with me playing herbivores in this game, is I play like a panicky horse. Just constantly nervous. I'm definitely not one who seeks out fights. Okay, I was near the water because I have the diseased fish mission, but I'm also nervous to be this close to the water. But yes, before I got startled, thank you for the subscription over on YouTube. Doing what I can to grow a community. That way I can start doing fun stuff. I did say earlier, too, that I eventually wanted to, when I'm not constantly being panicked, talk about some of the Planet Zoo updates. I haven't had a chance to chat about those yet, especially about today's drop, which I'm overall pretty happy with, but I have beef with that boa constrictor. That is the roughest model I've seen they've released this entire thing. See, the difference is if I'm on a carnivore, I'm more likely to maybe seek out fights more frequently. But if I'm on herbivore, not generally. Now, I will defend myself and fight to the death if I have to, but I generally don't seek it out. Okay, where in God's name are these diseased fish? They're so easy to find when you're, like, Tylosaurus under the water. So much harder to find when you're above the water. In addition to high precipitation and lightning, it's not going to take and avoid it. Okay, that's a terrifying message. Okay, riddle me piss, Batman. Does that mean that there's actual lightning that can, like, kill me? Because I know in Ecos there is lightning that can kill you. And it actually has happened to me in the game before. I think once on a saber tooth and then like twice on a bison, I have been struck by lightning. And it is apparently supposedly very rare to happen, but it's happened to me at least 3 times. Okay, I also hear something again. I'm pretty exposed here. Maybe I move up to the trees. Oh, Anodontosaurus. Okay, that's chill. I had a feeling it didn't sound like a theropod, but I just wanted to be sure. Oh, okay. You drank all the water. Yeah, no, I was like so unlucky. Like I asked so many people in like the Ecos Librea Discord server how many times they've been struck by lightning, and everybody was like, I've never been struck by lightning. What are you talking about? I'm like, what do you mean? I've been struck like 3 times, 4 times. I swear to God, you fat little potato, if you eat all the food as well. Of course you did. I got a single bite. Fat little potato eating all my damn food, drinking all my damn water. Yeah, maybe Mudflats isn't where it's at right now. Maybe I will go over to... Oh, you are on the server right now. I'm surprised you got in. Oh my god. No. Yeah, that's not good. Nope. Mm-mm. That is terrible timing. I will admit that I had an easier time getting on today than I usually do. But even then, because I think the queue that I popped today was like 6 or 7 people. Oh, of course, I said it, didn't I? Um, but sometimes there's like 30 people in queue. Is Chimera? I don't think Camarasaurus is on this server, but the Apatosaurus is. Okay, those Sukos could have easily caught me. No, they're still kind of following me. I was gonna say they could have easily caught me. I'm surprised they didn't just straight up run after me. Well, I was heading this way anyways. I'm surprised I haven't seen like a Deinosuchus or a Tylosaurus like at all this whole time. I thought you said you were near Cedrus Forest. Isn't there a big pond in Cedrus Forest? Or was that like it was the water bad? Ugh, I want to alt tab to fix something so bad, but I just know that those Sukos are nearby. If I alt tab, they're definitely going to catch up to me. Oh, Stillwater. You know, you think for a place named Stillwater, there'd be like, you know, water. Okay, I kind of just cornered myself here. Oh my god, I thought that was a tree. Oh, there's 2 of them. I hear a second one. Yeah, folks, this is not going to end well for me. Ah, rip. I did not. I don't know if that Quetz just landed behind me. I didn't hear it ever flapping its wings or anything. Was it standing there the whole time? I genuinely did not see that thing until I turned around. Yeah, you can see that I have a lot of stuff on this server. Actually, don't know if I still have a para. I might not. I do have an adult Apatosaurus. But I said I would grow an Amargasaurus, and I'm going to grow an Amargasaurus, even if it kills me. Oh, okay. It's not the worst. I guess I could head down to Citrus Forest. What in God's name is a can of flour? Oh, hello, beetle. Sounds good. Maybe we'll run into each other. Well, good luck with that Titan. Wait, didn't I say I was going to go down to Citrus Forest? I am going the wrong way. I don't know, crouch in a bush or something. Hope for the best. Actually, wait, if you're like a larger para, there's no crouching in a bush for you. Juvie para. Yeah, you might be able to hide in a bush. It's a Titan. Everyone knows their vision's based on movement. Just sit still. At least I didn't lose like a ton of growth. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm an adolescent, did I gain any more ability slots? Okay, I did. I should see what I want to add, but not while I'm standing out here in the open. I'm gonna wander until I find a good spot to hide. You know, Citrus Forest wasn't exactly the greatest spot to pick if I wanted somewhere to hide, was it? Oh, there's at least a tree I can scratch. That's a little bit of free growth. How far away is that home cave? Oh no, that home cave's close. Okay, I can go there and see about finagling with abilities. I also need to remember that X is the precise movement on this game, playing on PC, because it's F in Ecos Librea, and I kept trying to hit F. That's the only problem hopping between Ecos Librea and Path of Titan so often, is I just get the controls mixed up all the time. Which is frankly mostly my fault anyways, considering that I keybinded all the controls on both games to my personal settings. It's not like I'm using the default keybinds. Well, the fact that you're now an adult para tells me that you at least made it away from that Titan. Alright. We're gonna take a nice little nap in home cave. Okay, let's see what they have for front limbs. Slam your feet, dealing damage in a cone in front of you as an area effect, and it can be interrupted by knockback, though. And leg stomp. Slam your feet into the ground. Oh, AoE. Continuously drain stamina, deals knockback, but can be interrupted. Honestly, I think that might be the move. Well, that's a lot of coin marks, though, so let me see what else is here. Braced stance, reinforced. Okay. And then hide. Immune to knockback. Okay, see, if you pair that... Oh, I just looked over at chat. Well, best of luck to you. I hope that's a good Oh, you fell off a cliff. You know what? I did the exact same thing yesterday on Paraplites. I just wasn't paying attention and I ended up just kind of walking right off of a cliff. Alright, tough skin. Increases reflect damage by 25% if you do not have neck spikes. Increases armor. Okay. Stamina. Okay, so I would want sturdy. That's 600. How many marks do I have? I have 2,400. Okay. Ability. So I think I'm gonna do leg stomp. Firm. I'm gonna put that here. And then the hide. Okay. And then this. And then finally, I do like that this one applies bleed. Now I'm back to juvie. I didn't even know you can go back. Yeah, you can go back to juvie. You usually go back to like really high juvie, but you can go back if you're low enough addle. Yeah, I like that this applies bleed. Oh, I'm out of marks. Okay, well, we'll go get some more marks. At the very least, I have a few new abilities. And then eventually I might make enough marks to afford an actual skin. Which I think I said I wanted this one. Yeah, the annul skin. I like that. I'm always a sucker for green skins on sauropods. Which you may have noticed with my Apatosaurus earlier. Alright. I think this is Dry Fang Canyon. I do have a location quest for that. Is that Dry Fang Canyon? Shouldn't there be a little thing on the map that shows that's where I'm supposed to go? Yeah, I think this is Dry Fang Canyon. So I could... I know I'm in Citrus Forest, I think, right now. Yeah, I'm right here. So I could just go right up through here and into Dry Fang Canyon. And at least get that location quest, because I know location quests oftentimes give you a lot of marks. Alright. But I also know that Dry Fang Canyon can be a hotspot. So I have to be careful. Or rely on the fact that I'm tiny and adorable and that they hopefully don't want to kill me. Okay, I gotta figure out how to get up there. Okay, I might have to go around this way. Oh. Hello, Ostroraptor. Glad to know you're at least going to be friendly. Although I don't think you could particularly take me on. You know what? Here. I got you. Adorable. Alright, how do I get up there? Where is the payoff? Trying to look to see. I have to look on the map to see which one of these trails connects up there. So this comes mayhaps here? I guess if I follow this wall. I don't have this map memorized yet. Because it looked like you could get up here, but I'm not sure. Let me look. Okay, I can get a little bit up here. But I don't think I can get up where I need to be. Yeah, it kind of just ends there. Now keep following the wall and see if there's a way up. Oh, okay. I was tapped out for a second. Of course it would be the second I tab out that a friggin' giant critter spawns. Okay, I think I gave up. Also, I think I was right. I think following the wall in this direction is what I wanted. Yeah, okay. Alright. We can make our way up to Dry Fang Canyon. And hopefully not die. Also, I think there's water in Dry Fang Canyon. I do need water and food. Hopefully I can find that on the way. This is the path through, right? Nope. One more. Gotta go further. Glad I checked. Okay, I don't want to burn through all my stamina. I do want to get to places quickly, but I still have a whole 20 minutes to get to Dry Fang Canyon. I don't need a run. Okay, back to full stamina. If I can at least make it to sub-adult, I'd be happier going into more hotspots. I think a sub-adult Amarga can hold its own against a decent amount of things. But at my current size, not much I can do. Okay. I guess I want to go straight into the left if I want to get up into Dry Fin Canyon. Okay, it's my own footsteps. I started hearing different sounds. Scared me for a minute there. Oh, wait, actually, I think I need to be on the top of this. Once again, unsure if I heard myself. If I was hearing another dinosaur. I think I'm good for now. Okay, good. Yeah, see, that got me, what, 210 marks right there? Snakeweed? Oh, there's so many new quest items and I don't know what any of them look like or even where to find them. But there's no time like the present to learn. That is what we are here to do. We are here to learn and also maybe goof off a little. That's new. I don't remember this big burn. Is this supposed to be lava? Maybe tar. Oh, it's like tar. I don't remember there being a giant tar pit. Okay, it slows you down. I'm going to avoid it. Well, that is a plant I don't recognize. Maybe that's snakeweed. It is, in fact. My intuition was correct. At least now I know what it looks like. And it gives 10 per cluster. I think there's more over there on the other side of this tar pit. I bet the tar is great for your skin. That oh no, yeah, sure. Let me dive right in. I'm certain it is absolutely wonderful, like a mud bath. Also, welcome in. It is tempting. I will give you that. It is really tempting. But I'm trying to grow. Does it just slow you, or can you get stuck? I think it just slows you. Doesn't look like you can get stuck. Alright, I gotta find another cluster of that snakeweed. I know one piece respawned over there, but I need a whole cluster. Hopefully there's more of it down here. And not like, I don't know, a large carnivore waiting for me. Ooh, berry bush. I can waddle my fat little butt over there. Do I hear footsteps? Am I crazy? No, I definitely hear oh, there it is. No, there's no way that Citipati is making that much noise. There's something else over here. Oh my god, it's a Torvosaurus. Nope. Nope. Time to waddle my fat little butt out of here. I do not believe I stand a chance against that thing. I think that was an adult Torvosaurus. I'm going to try to get around behind it and hope it forgets I was here. I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky and it didn't see me. But it probably hears me running. Hi, Citipati. You want to go be Torvosaurus food so I don't die? Where did it go? I don't see it anymore. I don't like that I don't see it. Well, at the very least, hello, Citipati. Oh, hey. There's a third clump of snakeweed I need. Well, ain't that funny. I'm gonna take a wild guess where I might need to find sticky tar. And let's hope our toothy friend isn't over here. Oh, second tar pit over here. Okay. Somewhere around all this. Aha. Okay, so each of those only gives you 3. But I bet you they're on every rock. Yep. Well, we're gonna find out whether or not the tar is good for my skin, whether or not I wish to. Ugh, I don't like how loud the tar is. It's kind of hard for me to hear something sneaking up on me. Okay. Yeah, the bubbling tar almost sounds like footprints. Okay, I might have exhausted the tar over here. Footprints. I meant footsteps. Not footprints. Okay, good. It's over here, too. Damn, anthills. What is up with me getting the anthill quest constantly today? Oh, you know what, though? They're right there. I guess I shouldn't look that gift horse in the mouth. Or gift... I don't know. I was going to make some kind of dino pun, but I don't know which one I would call, like, a... Oh. Hello, Picnomiasaurus. We're going to be, like, so cool and chill about this, right? You're going to just stay over there and do your thing? I'm just going to stay over here, do my thing. Right. Right. No, you're absolutely coming for this. This is not going to end well. Uh, oh, Amarga is so hard to survive as. Do I still want to keep going as Amarga tonight? It was inevitable. Honestly, I'm surprised that Torvosaurus didn't get me. I do not think that was close. I managed to knock him away a few times. I do not think I got his health very low. Mind you, that was like at least a sub-adult Pycnomiasaurus, possibly an adult. And I was only an adolescent. I don't think I was surviving that one. Unless maybe if I like faced on the edge of a cliff or something. I could goof around on something else. I do enjoy Miragaia. Wow, I just like green herbivores, huh? That wasn't even intentional. Are you green? Okay, you're not green. I just happen to have a lot of really green. Yeah, green. Is it? Do I just make all my herbivores green? Is that just what I do? Are you green? Okay, no, you're like Bumblebee. I don't want to go back to Amarga, but I said I would. One more try. Yeah, I think I got enough run in me. Sneak up on their food. The berry bush will never see it coming. Alright, where did you put me? Did you put me in Citrus Forest? Yeah, of course you did. See? God hates me. Or at least the Path of Titans does. Fish bones? What do you mean fish bones? Like I'm going to assume that one what is that? Like a horseshoe crab? Yeah, it kind of is like a horseshoe crab. I'm going to assume that one finds fish bones near the water. That sounds logical, but I have never seen fish bones in this game before. Hold on. How far back am I now? Oh my god, I'm all the way. I was like here earlier. I'm all the way back to fresh adolescent. I'm gonna lose some of my abilities if I die again. I don't like being this close to the water though. I feel like a Dinosuke is just gonna ambush me and snatch me and drag me in. But where are fish bones? I mean, there is a lake in Cedrus Forest as well. Maybe they're by the lake. But considering that I only need 3 of them for the quest, I'm going to assume that they might be just rare. And that I'm not seeing them. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool. It's a little Zafactinus skeleton. I love Zafactinus. Okay, so I wonder if they all exist on these little, like, island patches. If that's true, then I at least know what to look for. I can stay a little further away from the water. No, yeah, no, I definitely hear footsteps. Okay, I'm in Citrus Forest. There's nowhere to hide in Citrus Forest. I kind of have to just hope that whatever that is either A, a herbivore, or B, does not see me. It definitely sounds like it's walking this way. Oh my god, it's an adult Rex, isn't it? There's no need for all that. Oh, of course. What is my luck tonight? Especially since I'm only like a fresh adolescent. A Rex that size might actually even be able to pick me up. Okay, that was almost bad. Maybe I cross here. And just hope there's not a Tylosaurus. Still trying to find the rest of those fish bones, too. Is he still after me? Because there's gotta be, like, no way he didn't see me, right? Right? I mean, maybe he just wanted bigger food. I don't even hear him anymore. Oh, come on. Unnecessary roughness from the Tanistropheus. 15 yards. Bad AI. Bad. Okay. Oh, here's another one of those fish bones. Nice. And on my way over to the kelp pile. Things are coming up Amarga. In before something snatches me when I go to lay down here. Okay, I can quickly do these kelp piles and then go back into Citrus Forest so that my fish bones thing doesn't expire. Okay. Nice. It's not a ton of marks, but, you know, it's a little growth. Some marks. And we continue down the coast. Oh, I think I see one more. That brother's floating in the air. Somebody get him out the air. Okay, I gotta cross this river. Please, no Tylosaurus. Okay, I think I see the last fish bone. Shelf mushrooms. Yeah, I saw those earlier. I think they're on stumps. Also, is this drinkable? No. I have to go up that river, don't I? I wonder how far up the river it becomes drinkable. Or if it ever becomes drinkable. Okay. I don't know what that one ambient sound that just happened is. It happens all the time. But it sounds exactly like a chicken. And it always just makes me... Okay, that's saltwater. It always makes me think it's like one of my chickens making noise. Oh, hey, another fish bone. I always hate that one specific ambient sound. Okay. Well, I could use food and water, and I gotta look out for shelf mushrooms on the way. Okay, someone's been out here killing a lot of these Dynamasuchus. Ooh, this looks like a place a shelf mushroom would be. Okay, rude. Okay, is this a shelf mushroom? Aha. Okay, so I just gotta look for these, like, half stumps. Why 10 of 28? Why would you make it 28 when it's 10 per thing? That just annoys me. Just either make it, like, 30 or 20. I see a Thalassodromius up there, but I don't think that's much of a threat to me. Free marks. See, if it was like, I don't know, 7 per gathering point, I'd get it if you made it 28. Hey, wait a minute. That's Luigi. And Trodemus. I know you. This water does not look good. I do hope it is good. Of course it isn't. I'll drink whatever I can. Yeah, not much. I really want to know what's making that bellowing sound, but at the same time, I'm almost certain it's a carnivore and I shouldn't investigate. Oh. Oh my god, an alpha critter. Okay. That critter is bigger than me. It stands to believe that he cannot be reasoned with. I will look for my mushrooms elsewhere. Well, something's heading this way. But I really want these mushrooms. Oh, it's an Apado! That's actually quite nice to see another sauropod around. Oh, and a potato. Nice to see a big Apado. I wonder if you're trying to talk to me. Oh, I accidentally typed in all caps again. Well, it's nice to see another sauropod around. Now, if only I could find a berry bush. I think I see one, actually. As much as I would love to follow that Apato around, though, something that big is going to attract big predators. And if I'm with it, I'm the easy meal. Sometimes it's better just to be small and be less noticeable. Oh my god, I keep forgetting about that alpha critter. Oh my god, is that another Amargasaurus? Okay, I might be willing to group up with another Amargasaurus, but first I gotta verify that this guy doesn't want to keep this fight going. I think I might have scared him off. Okay, that Amarga just started running away from me when I called at it. I'm gonna say it probably doesn't want to hang out, which is a shame. Because I would have grouped up with that. Okay, you're gonna keep this going, aren't you? Come here. Neither of us are really doing all that much damage. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that. Okay. I think I've got him on the ropes. I might actually survive this fight. Are you done? Do you want to give this up? I'm willing to walk away. Okay. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones on that one. Do you think those thals are going to go after that concavenator, or are they going to go after me? Because they seem to want a part of something here. Oh, sorry. I keep not seeing you. Yeah, they kind of just went off to their... I really thought those thals were going to go after that concavenator that attacked me. But I bloodied him up pretty good, especially on that second set of stomps. I think he has gotten the message that it is not a worthwhile fight for him to try it a third time. I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky and some of the waters come back. Could use a drink. If there's no water back, then I think it's time to migrate out of the citrus forest. Oh, there's a salamander. Oh, and I think that's the osteraptor from earlier. And a river. Yeah, it's just a party over here. No, of course not. There's just like a second of water. And that's all I get. Yeah, I think it's time to migrate out of citrus forest. Unfortunately, the closest source of fresh water is going to be passing by redwood up into blackfern. Not the safest route in the world, but that's what I got. Oh, so I had to like lock in on that fight, so I'm sorry I got quiet for a minute there. I really, really didn't want to die to a concavenator, a single concavenator of all things. Even if I'm only an adolescent, that still would have been a rough death. Especially because I think they're bleed killers, so that would have just been a long, drawn-out fight if I couldn't get him to go away. Alright, we'll take this passage. Yeah, no. I guess I was saying earlier, I'm not one to generally pursue fights. And if a carnivore is willing to give up and walk away, I will let them. But if they keep coming back, I'm gonna finish the fight, because I don't want to have to keep fighting them off all the time. But after the second try, the concavenator looked like he gave up. Also, I think I should be down there, actually. If I'm passing through here, I think I gotta pass through down here. And look, that's the... I think it's the first fight we've won this entire night. It's first, at least it's the first time I walked out of a fight alive. Okay. Oh, wait, is there water over here? It looks like there's water on the map. I wonder if it's good water. Doesn't look very good. Especially with a giant carcass next to it, but... yeah, I had a feeling. I don't get it. It's raining. What do you mean the water quality's too low? It's raining. Whatever. I continue on up to Black Fern to look for... oh, there's a home cave here. That's good to know. Yeah, right? Look up and keep my mouth open. I wish it worked like that. Uh, at the very least, I would appreciate it if they made it that, like, thirst stops draining in the rain. I feel like that makes at least enough sense, right? Then again, I think that is how the Isle does it, and I don't know if they want to be accused of biting the Isle's shtick. Either way, it seems like I found a safe enough path up to the water here. I can finally fill up. And I guess I can do some questing in Blackfern Hills. I know the area decently well. Okay, this looks brown too. Is this bad as well? Of course it is. Is there any good water in this place? Do I keep going north or do I go down to Redwoods to look for good water? Uh, this isn't too far. Maybe I go back through Redwoods. Oy, wish me luck on that. Come on. I know you're thick, but you're not that thick.
I know you're thick, but
I guess I get to this path here. There's a part of me that wishes that Path of Titans did the whole Ecos Librea thing, where if you're on the actual path itself, it helps you save stamina. I think it would encourage people to travel on the paths more often, which would put them out in the open more often. I don't know. Just thought. Oh, thank God it finally stopped raining. I mean, I hope at least that restores some of the water. But we're gonna find out, because I know this bit of water here also has food nearby. So I figure this is a good one to check. Ugh, it looks brown too, but maybe there's at least like a little bit of good to it. Oh my God, there's enough. I think it might even be enough for me to fill up. Yeah, like when games do that would cause more interaction. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it anytime you can find a reason to convince players to like move in certain directions or be in certain areas, then like you increase the likelihood of interactions between players, which is generally what I think most players want. Of course, there's going to be those who want to avoid and hide out in the wilderness and whatnot. But they can also just do that. Nothing stopping them. I will say Ecos Librea has done a fairly good job of that. Not a perfect job. They still have issues with, like, people always gathering in certain POIs, but I think the addition of, like, the migration zones and stuff is really good for keeping players moving. But I also concede that they have an easier time doing it because they have a significantly smaller roster. They only have 4 playable characters, you know? They're about to have 6, but who knows when that update's actually going to come out. But still, Path of Titans has, like, what, 30? I mean, 100 if you start counting mods. So I get it that balancing those kinds of things can be a lot more difficult for a team. I definitely hear footprints. Yeah, those are bad footprints. I'm not gonna move and hope that he doesn't see me. Okay. Yeah, there would be no way I'd live a fight against a Displetosaurus of that size. Okay, cicada molt. I think I remember that one. I think those are on, like, tree stumps. So I just gotta find those tree stumps. I'm pretty much back to where I was when we started stream 2 hours ago, as far as growth is concerned. It has not been a great night for the poor Amargasaurus. Is this the one that has the cicada molts? No, it's a burrow. What about you? What do you have? Pine cones. Which one of you has cicada molts? Nope, that's a beetle. Oh, wait. That's cicada molts. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for this type of tree. What does it look like from a distance? It's kind of dead. Oh, look, a little kentrosaur. How cute. Little guy. Okay, so I guess I'm kind of just looking for, like, a somewhat dead tree. Does this also count? This is a dead tree. What does this give me? A whole lot of nothing. Normally something like that would be easy to see from it. Oh, hello, Utah Raptors. You're going to be problematic, aren't you? No? Okay. That's a world's first. Least problematic Utah Raptors. I thought for sure they were immediately going to attack me. I mean, it is possible that they're full. I know that this is a community server. It's a semi-realism server, so there are rules about hunting hunger. So it's very possible they were just they were full. Otherwise, I think they probably would have gone for it. Because I think to them, an Amargasaurus is probably a good fight. Alright, there's gotta be another thing of cicada molt somewhere. Oh, there. Yes, that's the same type of tree. Alright, now let's get down there. Come on, Amarga. Waddle your fat little butt over there. Go collect 5 cicadas. You know, Redwoods has actually been surprisingly peaceful today. Ooh, a berry bush. Kind of makes me wonder how many people are on. 94, so I mean, it's not like there's not a lot of people on. But Riberia is a very, very big map, and it's good at spreading people out, so to their credit, it seems to be doing the job correctly. Okay, so last time I saw pine cones, they were in one of these half logs. Aha. Okay, my leg's kind of freaking out there. Do you also have pine cones for me? No, that one has the beetle. Ooh, this one has pine cones. Oof, it's 11:30. I'm gonna push to at least midnight, though. I got this. And hopefully I don't die. I think this one's the beetle, right? I think, yeah, I heard it. It's a loud-ass beetle. I was gonna say that I've never encountered beetles that loud, but I feel like I kind of actually have. I've picked up some beetles that click really loud. Oh, that's so rude. They give you 9 each, but you need 28. So that's so annoying. See, that water looks good. Oh, gotta get away. However, I don't think I'm going to take the risk of drinking it because that water looks good. Like every other bit of water we've run into has been bad. Why is that one bit of water good? That's suspicious. It makes me think there's a crock in there. It's like hot dogs in the bun. Yes, exactly. Where they friggin' give you 10 hot dogs and 8 buns. It drives me mad. Bloodstones? Where are there even bloodstones in Redwood Forest? Is there a cave? Oh, you know what? I think there's a cave over here. That's a long journey. I'm going to forego the bloodstones, and I'm just going to go over to Hollow Hills. Okay, just follow. Okay. It's so easy to get lost on this map. I have to reference the map all the time. Man, I was playing an animal simulator recently that didn't have a map, and I was getting lost constantly. What was I playing? Oh, Eternal Enemies on Roblox. That's the one where the only two playables are the lion and the hyena. But yeah, there's no map, so it's easy to get lost. But I think if you like sniff, it shows you like the names of locations. I guess it's not the worst, but it's funny because in video games, I am notoriously bad at getting lost. But in real life, I'm extremely good at navigating. I don't know what it is about. That's a Dilophosaurus who also wishes to cross. Tell you what, buddy. We cross at the same time and you don't attack me? I don't like that he ran to the water and then immediately ran away. Did he see something? Because I need to cross here. Oh, no time like the present. Oh my god, I can't see anything in this water. But it would appear that I'm good. So, you know, water's safe, buddy. He's kind of small. I don't think he's going to try it. I think he's just getting stamina to cross. Oh, wait, you're bigger than I thought you were, actually. I really didn't think... I thought he was smaller than he was, and I really didn't think he was going to do it. That is unfortunate. It has not been a good night. I think what's gotten me, I've got by the Quetzalcoatlus, the Picnomiasaurus. I know the Torvosaurus, the Tyrannosaurus, and the Suchomimus has chased me, and then I just got by the Dilophosaurus. Oh, and the Concavinator attacked me. Truly, they don't like seeing a diva thrive on this server. They gotta shoot her down. Alright, well, see where they spawn me now. Oh, come on. You put me right back in Blackfern Hills? It is not far from where I died. But at the very least, at least I know the Dilophosaurus can't kill me again. He's gonna be on that meal for a while. Oh my god, look at my growth. I'm all the way back. If I die again, I'm gonna go to juvie. I'm gonna be streaming for like the next month growing this Amargasaurus, I swear. No, I'm gonna go back to Blackfern Hills. I should be relatively safe. At least there's a lot of cover. Well, at least I don't have to try to think of stream ideas for the next month. It's just gonna be me growing the same Amargasaurus because I said I would do it. Oh, hello. Did not expect to run into another Amargasaurus. I don't even think that's the same one from earlier. The one earlier was red. Oh, you know what? I guess I can chat every so often. Alright. Because I meant to say GG's to the Concavinator earlier and I forgot. If I were a succulent. Oops. Let's see. May as well eat, even if I'm not that hungry. I don't know when the next time I'm going to run into a bush. I know the succulents are usually in like the little more open spaces, but there's not oh, is that all I have to do? Huh. Yeah, that was easy. Okay, well that makes everything way easier because now I can just give myself marks. Maybe I actually will survive as a Marga. You know what? In honor of me realizing I could have just done that this whole time, I'm gonna change my skin. Because I said I wanted the anole skin. Okay, now let's fight the colors a bit here. Okay, that's good. Actually, let's see what the patterns look like. Ooh, I like the thicker bands. Okay. Let's see what we're working with here. Okay, we're gonna do the slightly darker one because I'm trying to be fashionable but also well camouflaged. This makes good counter shading. Ooh, okay, I can darken up here. Yeah, that first one is nice. Okay. Okay, see, if I want to do camouflage, that's really good. If the eye doesn't matter much, you can't really see it. Alright, yeah, I think that's good. And since I'm already asleep, I think that's good for now. Alright. Let's at least try to get a little bit of growth back. Hopefully switching over to a more green skin will help me hide a bit better. I wonder what happens first. I get affiliate on Twitch, or I manage to grow this Amargasaurus to adulthood. Genuinely uncertain as to which one will be more difficult. I don't know. I'm actually kind of close-ish to the affiliate status. So I almost want to say that it might be harder to grow an Amargasaurus than it is to get affiliate on Twitch, but I'm uncertain. Honestly, some of the only stuff I really need to do more to get that done is just stream more often, which, I'm already in the process of. Even though this is arguably one of my busiest times a year with the reptiles, with everything hatching. And this is the time of year that a lot of shows and stuff are happening. But at the same time, I keep finding myself inside during like the high heat of the day because it's just too hot to be out there working with stuff. Because in Florida, the sun is a deadly laser. I mean, the reptiles love the heat, but I am in fact not a reptile. Today wasn't so bad, thankfully. There was a good bit of cloud cover, so I was able to get a lot more stuff done. Especially getting some work done on that giant tortoise pen. I'm dreading having to finish that project. It's the first time I've ever had to build an enclosure to hold in a giant 200-pound destroyer of a rock. Absolute beast of a tortoise. See, normal people get nice family heirlooms like, I don't know, jewelry or a cabinet or a dresser or something. I get a 200-pound tortoise with a penchant for destruction. It's probably going to outlive me, too. Okay, where are these succulents? I'm just looking for a meal. A succulent Chinese meal. Yeah, a living rock, or as I lovingly call him, a god of destruction. I mean, I will say, compared to many other giant tortoises I've met, he's not as hell-bent on freedom as some of the other ones are. However, he's lived in the same house for like 40 years, and now he's going to be coming to live with me, and I have no idea how that's going to affect him. I mean, he's going to get a much larger area than he had, and he's going to have access to grass, which he's not really had much before. So I'm hoping that he enjoys it, but we'll see. I am using livestock panels to keep him in, though. So, like, if this stuff can keep in a cow, I think it can keep in a tortoise. But also, livestock panels are very, very heavy. And it has been killing me moving all those things around and also digging the poles down into the ground. And, yeah. This is what happens when your grandmother decides to buy your mother a tortoise for her 16th birthday. And now, like 40 years later, it's your problem. It kind of skipped over my mother and just went straight to me. But in all fairness, my mother does not have the space to take in a tortoise, and also she's the one caring for my grandparents, so the least I can do is take in the giant tortoise. It also comes with a slightly smaller tortoise for free, which I guess is nice. That one is easy to contain. You know, I gotta remember when I get this enclosure built, I gotta take pictures and put it on Twitter. Because if I remember correctly, the post I originally made about, like, me inheriting this tortoise got like 1 million views. And I think those people might appreciate an update. In fact, I heard that, like, people were sharing that post again recently, and that it somehow made it to Brazil. Like, Brazilian Twitter was sharing the post all of a sudden. Honestly, yeah, it has been a whole chronicle of the tortoise saga. And then there's going to be a whole separate chronicle from when he does finally get here, and I have to learn how he's going to react to living here. And then there's also one final edition, which is dealing with him in the winter, because I'm a little bit further north, because my family lives in South Florida and I live up in North Florida, and we actually get somewhat of a winter. Like, we don't get snow or anything, but it does get down into like the 20s sometimes. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna keep him warm in the winter. Hope that he doesn't just make a giant burrow and hide in there. I hope he actually uses the big house I built for him. See, it may look like I'm just wandering aimlessly as I talk, and that is because I am. I I mean, I am looking out for succulents, but I have no idea where these things are, and I'm just kind of aimlessly wandering. I'm genuinely glad that there just hasn't been a carnivore nearby, because I have not paying it as much. Oh my god, here we go. Finally, I think that's enough succulents. Nice. Alright, mushrooms. I don't even think I've seen any mushrooms. Well, I know button mushrooms usually only appear on the green patches, and the green patches are down here. Mayhaps I spoke too soon on the whole no other things around me. I definitely just heard something. Oh, I see it. It's a megalania. That is not good for me. I'm gonna quietly go this way. Yeah, megalania is really fast, really low to the ground, and it has tight turn radius. That is bad for me. Okay, I hear an edge target as well. Oh god, that's a hat. Just keep floating there, buddy. Okay. I don't think the hat's is gonna try it. But I am gonna try to get out of this area because that megalania would absolutely try it. And I've barely had any growth. Maybe I will go up in a dry fang canyon. I know it's not the safest move, but safer than trying to pass by that Megalania. Those things have gotten especially bold since the TLC. Oh, hey, button mushrooms. I actually think that's enough to completely clear me, too. So if I find the Brucellas, I can at least complete that. Okay. Well, I guess maybe I should at least try to look for... Oh, never mind. I think that's Brucellas right there. But it's not enough, so I still have to look for more. Never mind. There's another patch right there. That is convenient. At least I can do a tiny bit of growing on my way out of this area. Oh, you know what? May as well grab a drink while I'm here, too. I don't know if I want to do the anthill quest. I think I'm just going to keep going up to Dryfang. I've done enough anthills. I think it's like the 8th time I've gotten a anthill quest today. I'm sick of anthills. Actually, isn't that exactly what I was doing when that Pygnomiosaurus killed me? I think I was doing the anthill quest. Actually, if I remember correctly, I was doing the anthill quest in Dryfang. So I don't know, if I'm going there anyways, I might as well try to complete it before the timer runs out. Also, it's raining again. I mean, I get that it's rainy season, but my god. I remember the good old days in Savannah with these termite mounds everywhere, and they would give you 10 ants each. I also always found it funny that the quest is collect ants, but those are clearly termite mounds. Oh yeah, looks like I will actually be able to complete this quest before the timer runs out. Oh, and snakeweed, we learned what that was earlier. Oh boy, it's midnight. Well, it's midnight here on the East Coast. I don't know where everyone else is. I hear something, but it sounds like a herbivore. Oh, sticky tar. I was just in the tar pits. At this point, I'm just fighting to get back to where I was when we started. Tall Brush Coast is my location. It's kind of far. It's not like crazy. I guess if I come out, go down the steps, I can get there. What do I got? 25 minutes? I don't even know if I still want to be on in 25 minutes, but it's worth a shot. I mean, I guess I should take advantage of a albino critter quest. Shouldn't be too hard. They don't fight back. Nice. That's a good chunk of growth there. Nope, I do not want to deal with that tortoise. Those things are the worst. Server resets in an hour. Do I push all the way to 1 a.m.? I don't know if I do. Am I going the right way? I think, okay, yeah, I think there's a way down if I keep going forward. Maybe. Might be smart for me to double back and then go that way. No, I think if I go forward, there's a way down. I don't know, man. These cliffs are a nightmare to navigate. Not as bad as the Isles cliffs, though. Oh my god. They'll put you in the densest jungle. Absolutely zero warning. There'll just be a steep 90-degree angle drop off. And you'll just go flying off because you were running through the jungle. I guess I could have been taking quests from these things too. I've only seen a few of them. Well, okay, never mind. Fuck me, I guess. Someone already done took my quest. Oh, okay, this counts as Tall Brush Coast. I thought I had to get all the way down. Oh god. No, not the giant tortoise. Oh great. There's a friggin' Picnomiasaurus up there. Well, chat, this might be the end of me. If that's an adult, there's no way I fight that thing off. only hope is to crouch here and hope it didn't see me. Okay, the camouflage colors might have actually worked. I did not think that would work. But honestly, yeah, no, I could see it. It'd be hard to see me in this bush. Problem is I have to wait. Because there's no way it just kept going, right? It had to have realized that I couldn't have gotten that far away that fast. He's got to realize I'm hiding somewhere around here. But also, I'm really hungry, and I happen to be crouched right next to a berry bush. And I really want to eat it. Wait, no. I hear footprints again. Footsteps. I keep saying footprints. I think that Picno definitely... Actually, that might have been a Carno. I think that Carno, yeah, it realized I juked it and hid. Okay, well, worth a try. Yeah, chat, we're not living this one. Ugh. Yep, that's what I thought. Put me all the way back to juvenile. I knew that was coming. Ugh, it's getting late too, but I didn't want to end this early. You know what? I am not going to end this early, but we are going to save that Amargasaurus for later. I'm going to mess around on something else for a bit. Something that might actually be able to defend itself. Or at least run away. I think Stego could be fun. Let's go back up to Stego. This one's not fully grown. I could see if I could outgrowing this one. Alright, let's just enjoy being a Stego for a bit. Does Stego have more abilities than this? Or just, are these the only abilities I gave it? No, it really just has that. Okay. what is this? Pivot. Okay, what's this? Long distance. Okay. Yeah, no, it really just has nothing. All right. Oh lord, someone in chat saying it took him 2 weeks to grow an Amargasaurus. I'm in for a hell of a time, apparently. No, well, may as well enjoy another half an hour or so on the Stegosaurus. I think that's about how long until server reset. I'm going to try to make it all the way to server reset. Alright, where am I going to find water in the swamp? Let's hope that this pond is good, because it's like one of the only ponds in Coastland Swamp. Also, could we take a second to appreciate how pretty this Stegosaurus is? I love this skin so much. Okay, good, there's enough water. Oh, get the good side in the sun. Yeah. You know, it's funny you say that, because I actually did my Apado to look exactly like a watermelon. And that's one of my favorite ones. And I actually almost brought out the Apado instead of oh my god, instead of the Stego. But I don't know, it felt too slow. I was sick of how slow Mark was. I wanted to be on Stego and move a little faster for a minute. I do want to grow. I don't know if I want to try growing on a coastal swamp. Where do I want to go? I could go up to Willemmy Forest. Maybe I'll Stay in the swamp for a bit. You know what? I've been meaning to ask if you can actually get killed by the lightning. Hmm. I'm gonna go over to Mud Flats. I'm gonna see if there's better questing over there. Hopefully nobody's in the water. Hey, a little Picnodont. I do like that they changed a lot of the little, like, NPC fish models to actual, like, paleo fish. Okay. Just gotta wait for timer to run down. Okay, clay deposit. Wait. What the hell's a clay deposit? I've never seen that before. Hmm. If I were a clay deposit in a mud flat, where would I... That's a Hatzegopteryx. You know what? It just hurt itself. I don't think it's gonna try me. Never mind. I might think it might try me. No? Is he going for the water? He's just going for the water. Okay. Lord. I don't know. At least as Stego, I do feel a bit more competent. Like, I can actually defend myself. Is this a clay? Ooh, this is a clay deposit. Okay, so at least now I know what they look like. I do really like that the Stego has the directional tail swipe. I mean, you know what? You said mouth of river, and I don't know, that looks mouth of river-ish to me. I'm gonna call you correct on that one. Ooh, here we go. Here's another one. Nice. Okay, turtle shells. That I know. That I just have to go to the edge. Okay, turtle shells are usually around these beaches. Alright, Stego doesn't have as much stam as other stuff does. I should conserve that. I thought I heard something in the water. I mean, I might have. I don't know. It sounded like something was nearby. But I could have also just been hearing that hat's trying to land in the tree. I'm gonna go more towards the center. It's too shallow for Tylos and Crocs. But I still think there's turtle shells. I don't want to be near the beach. Because I think Stego is actually just inside the weight limit for what Tylo can grab. Which is a little crazy, but I don't know. I get it. Tylo is huge. It is kind of crazy to imagine that there was just a lizard the size of a school bus swimming around. Hmm. Are you gonna try it or are you just hanging out? Oh, you're gonna eat from the corpse? Yeah, okay. Listen, I ain't gonna bother you if you ain't gonna bother me. Towels, what schools? Oh my god. Fair enough. But I mean, still, I've personally, like, I don't want to say held, but like, been in close proximity with Komodo dragon, and that felt unreal with how large it was. I can't imagine something as large as Tylosaurus rex or Mosasaurus hoffmanni. Insane to think about. I mean, I've seen a skeleton mount of Bunker, which is one of the larger Tylosaurus. Oh my god, I cannot remember if Bunker is Tylosaurus rex or Tylosaurus proburger. I think it's Rex, because Bunker's huge, and I think Amelia said that Tylosaurus rex was all the big specimens. But yeah, Bunker's skeleton is insane. That thing is a huge animal. Haha, turtle shell. It does seem like I am going to have to spend more of the time closer to the coast than I wanted. I don't think that's another turtle shell over there. Oh, there's one. Okay, so yeah, they're always by those sticks. Nice. Alright. Dried kelp. I know what the kelp looks like. Yeah, I know what the kelp in the water looks like, but I haven't seen the dried kelp. Once again, if I had to imagine, going to have to imagine that's near the shoreline. Yep. Also, let's take a second to think. Why is there kelp on this island? I'm pretty sure this island is supposed to be tropical. I don't think kelp generally propagates in tropical areas. I'm pretty sure kelp is like purely cold water. Come on, one more patch of dried kelp. I almost wonder if I should go back the other way. Oops, sorry about that. I bumped the microphone. What am I gonna do tomorrow? Because I kind of both want to continue growing that Amargasaurus, but I do also want to play some more Ecos Labrea. Maybe I do 2 streams tomorrow, because I don't think I have enough time to do one long stream. Yeah, I think maybe I'll do like a midday stream for Ecos, and then do another nighttime stream like this for Path of Titans. That does sound kind of nice. Especially because, like I said, it's too hot midday right now. I can't be outside. No. If I'm going to be inside anyways, might as well do a little streaming instead of just consuming endless hours of YouTube videos. Oh, hey. Yes, hello. Thank you. You were just on the server, right? I think I saw you in chat. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps. Not that I've particularly figured out how any of this works anyways. Alright, where is this last thing of kelp? Yeah, I was trying to grow an Amargasaurus earlier. It just was not going well. I'm going to keep doing it throughout the week. I'm probably going to try to do a stream every night this week. And we'll see. I was joking earlier to see if I end up getting a Twitch affiliate status or growing an Amargasaurus first. And frankly, the way it's been going, it looks like I might get the affiliate status before the Amargasaurus. Okay, let's see here. Looks like I completed all my tasks in Mudflat, so I guess maybe I can go over to Twisted Tree. But yeah, I'm just trying to learn as I go. Yesterday was basically one of the first times I'd ever booted up OBS, which if you've never used OBS before, it's that streaming system that most people use. It's terrifying looking if you've never used it before. There are so many buttons and dials and meters. But today is actually the first time I learned how to do multi-streaming on OBS, which took me like 3 hours to figure out of like playing with buttons and watching YouTube videos. But I mean, it's been running for 3 hours and I haven't even had a single dropped frame. My CPU's been sitting at like 2%. Eh, seems like it's all going well. Technically speaking, I did stream like once or twice a few years ago, but then like soon after I had started trying to do that was right about the time in which I went to move, and it was such a big move that I just like never picked it up, and I've been meaning to pick it up again for the longest time, and I finally got around to it. And I'm glad that I went with OBS. It does seem to be the most intuitive of all the systems, even if I have to watch a YouTube video every time I need to figure something out. I mean, at the very least, I guess I can say it's nice that there seems to be a lot of information available for what to do with OBS. Wonder if I should fill up on water while I'm here. Let's see if that Hats didn't drink all that water. Oh yeah, no, water's good. And then I gotta swim across 2 channels. Ooh, favorite dinosaur in-game and IRL. In-game is probably gonna be easier. In-game... Okay, if we're being pedantic, technically my favorite I think is the Quetzalcoatlus, but not a dinosaur. That's a pterosaur. If I had to actually pick a dinosaur in game that's my favorite, probably a Patasaurus. And if I split it into carnivore and herbivore, ooh, what's my favorite carnivore? I don't play them as often, but when I do, I generally have a preference towards the smaller carnivores like Latavenatrix and Deinonychus. Utah Raptor's really fun. Yeah, a lot of the Dromaeosaurs I really enjoy. I'm like the single Alioramus enjoyer that still exists. Um, I do like Allosaurus, but there's not much going on with it right now. Herbivore I think is a little easier though. I think Apatosaurus is my favorite. And if you like absolutely had to squeeze me for carnivore, I'd probably say Latavenatrix. Um, but yeah, the tier twos have been having a rough time. I genuinely hope they really come through with both Allo and Alios TLCs. I think I hear something. As far as um, Dinosaurs IRL being my favorite, again, I don't want to be pedantic, but I love Forest Rapids, with Titanus probably being my favorite. But if we're talking non-avian dinosaurs, then it's Acrocanthosaurus, which I actually have a tattoo of. I have a couple of dinosaur skull tattoos. The first dinosaur skull tattoo I ever got was actually Suchomimus, and it was only like the second tattoo I had ever gotten, and it pretty much covers like my entire forearm. And then I also have Acrocanthosaurus, I have Allosaurus jamadsoni, I have Titanus walleri, um, and then I want to get a few more. I want to get a Tylosaurus, I want to get a Hatzegopteryx, because of all the prehistoric stuff, Azhdarchid pterosaurs are my favorite. I love Azhdarchid pterosaurs. Hatzegopteryx is my favorite because I love studying island ecosystems and how islands make really weird ecosystems. And it's super interesting to have a pterosaur be an apex predator instead of a theropod dinosaur. I think that's super cool. So even though Hatzegopteryx is unfortunately rather fragmentary, I still enjoy the concept of it. Otherwise, Quetzalcoatlus is a very well-known edged archid, so it's easy to fall in love with that. We have a lot of fossil material for that. And then after edged archids, it's probably Carcharodontosaurus. I think they're all cool. Acrocanthosaurus is my favorite, especially, being an American. It's one of the only American Carcharodontosaurs that we know of. There's a few others that are a bit dubious, but it's the only one that's well known. Otherwise, yeah, Meraxes, Tyrannotitan, Giganotosaurus, Carcharodontosaurus, I think they're all super cool. And I do really like some of the smaller Tyrannosaurids as well. Small, skinnier stuff like Alioramus and Janjusaurus, and even now Nanotyrannus. It's funny to say that Nanotyrannus is one of my favorite dinosaurs because I feel like that would have gotten me beat up if I said that 3 years ago. I am fairly notorious for knowing my stuff. My actual work I do is mostly with modern animals, but I have a very much deep love for paleo stuff, so I tend to do a lot of digging, reading a lot of papers. I have a lot of friends who are paleontologists. But back before I switched to breeding reptiles full time as a job, I used to work with invasive species ecology, is what I used to do. So I lived down in South Florida, and I did a lot of work with invasive species like tegus and pythons and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, it was all really cool stuff. Um, and I probably would have kept going with it, but the unfortunate nature of biology jobs is that they're both very fickle and not at all easy jobs to do. They expect a lot out of you without a lot in return. And I was frankly just making more money breeding reptiles, and I was my own boss, so I kind of just stuck with that. And then I ended up moving to North Florida, so it's not like I could have kept up with that anyways. Also, speaking of which, my mission is to look for snake sheds, which is something I find myself really good at doing, at least in person. I mean, a literal hobby of mine is just going out and photographing wild snakes. Which I do eventually plan on recording some of those trips and posting those on YouTube. Well, it's not a snake shed, but I may as well grab some food. Yeah, entomology is especially a rough field to get into because a lot of times biology work is based on funding, and there's frankly not a lot of funding to go around for bugs, which is a shame because bugs make up pretty much the entire backbone, no pun intended, of a lot of the ecosystems. Without bugs, there's no food. I will say one lovely thing about moving up to the area I moved up to. I used to live in a very, very dense city down in South Florida, just outside of Miami, and there was no wildlife whatsoever. But up here, I have a 1 acre yard. It's zoned agricultural, so I don't have any HOA or any city rules about what I can do. So I turned my lawn into a giant native garden, and now there are literally thousands of insects all over my house. It's so cool. I have seen no less than 100 different pollinating insect species. as well as tons of insects that eat other insects, lots of different spiders and whatnot. It's really cool. An absolute crazy amount of grasshoppers up here too. I never knew there were so many different species of grasshopper, and Katie did. Ooh. Oh, never mind. I thought this was a snake shed, but it's just a moth cocoon. Yeah, I'll admit it is really nice. It like same as you're saying, catching catching kids, catching bugs as a kid. I was doing the same thing, and now like I actually get to like live out that dream as an adult, and it's super cool. And I try to encourage as many of my neighbors as I can to like let their yards be a little more wild, give the bugs and the other critters more space to roam. And then, in turn, you get to see a lot of cool stuff you'd never otherwise see. Like today, I actually got to see a large parasitic wasp species that had caught and paralyzed a katydid, and she was dragging it across my yard to bury it and lay an egg on it. It's super cool. Normally they hunt spiders. That's the first time I'd seen one hunting a katydid, and that katydid was like 3 times the size of her. It's crazy. And I've been seeing a handful of those same parasitic wasps all over my yard lately, digging. Some of them have been digging in my chicken coop because that's like one of the only areas where there's a lot of sand. And it's been really cool seeing them like catching spiders and burying them. It must be their breeding season because there's a number of them out right now. And I'll see all sorts of cool stuff. Last week, I saw a southern bee killer robber fly, which is this huge predatory fly that preys on bees and wasps. But it's super cool looking because it's colored to look like a bumblebee. Really awesome stuff. That's probably one of my favorite insects that I have up here in this area is the southern bee killer robber fly. It's also funny because they look like they have these giant goggles because their eyes are jet black and super round. I mean, yeah, I'll admit parasites do be scary, but nature is grand, and I do think it's cool. And parasitic wasps, even though we call them parasitic wasps, aren't like technically parasitic. Oh, here we go. I was about to say I heard a snake rattling. Okay, so there's at least one. Okay, so if I listen for snake rattling. Oh, hey, a little Packy. Hey, buddy. I'm not gonna hurt you. Well, yeah. So the wasps technically aren't parasites. What they're doing is they have a venom that's paralytic. So, like this female that caught the katydid, she'll grab a katydid, she'll inject it with venom, paralyze it, then she'll dig a burrow, bury the paralyzed katydid in the burrow, and lay an egg on it. And because the katydid is paralyzed, it cannot go away, but also it remains fresh. So when the baby hatches, it can feed on it for a longer period of time. Okay, that does not sound like a packy. There sounds like there's something else around here that's bigger. I haven't gotten the hang of Rhyparia collection. Okay, so I have learned there is a trick to collecting stuff in Oh, it's a Quetz. You do not want to try it, buddy. Okay, 2 Quetz might want to try it. We're just gonna... I don't particularly like the fact that they're both trying to gain stamina. Either way, as I was saying, as far as collecting in Rhyparia goes, one thing I've learned is that all the different things you need to collect make a sound. Not like everything, but like there's one or two things. Either they make a sound or they have a specific structure they're always attached to. And it's a matter of just kind of learning. Like here, right here. This should make a sound. Okay, I lied. That one didn't make a sound, but it does have this little pile of rocks that it's always attached to. Okay, now it makes a sound, really, after I collected it. So apparently you have to come at it from a certain angle. Whatever. I don't know. Those Quetzes really look like they want to try it. Hmm. I don't know. It looks like one of them's younger, and I think the other one's just helping it quest. Helping it quest. Helping it do its quest. So, I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. Helping it quets. That's a funny one. Besides, I want to find this third snake shed. Listen, as much as I love the Kets, I have a great distrust for them. I never trust Kets players. They're always up to something shifty. But yeah, a lot of the new quest items, I'm still learning them all because I have been away from Path for like 2 months. And I know they added a ton of new quest items, but I've noticed that they make specific noises. You know what? I play Thal a lot, and other flyers definitely stress me out. Even other Thals stress me out. Because, like, it's Thal, you're so comfortable around everything else because you can get away so easily. But other flyers can be a problem. Let's see about crossing this big tree here and seeing if what I'm looking for is on the other side. Alright, can the Stego get its fat ass up here? Let's find out. Okay, it does look like I'll be able to cross. Oh wait, I just heard that. I'm just now realizing I heard like that snake rattly sound. I'm going to keep going forward because I don't think I can safely turn around, but I'm going to keep my ear open because I heard that sound again. It sounded like it came from over here somewhere. Aha! Finally. What is pink yarrow? You know what? I say what is pink yarrow, but I swear I saw a pink flower earlier. And I'm assuming that is what it is. Because yarrow, I'm pretty sure is a flower, if I remember correctly. I'm an animal guy. I'm not a plant guy. I don't know plants very well. But yeah, I'm gonna say yarrow is a name I've heard before though, and I'm pretty sure it's a flower, so makes sense. Context clues and whatnot. Ah, there it is. I see it. Alright. Let's find out if I was correct. Yep. Cool. Okay, it gives 5, so I have to find 3 clusters. It's the snake skins all over again, except it looks like it's a lot easier. Oh yeah, There's a snake shed when you don't need it. Also, I find it really funny that snake skin model is definitely based on the Wanambi AI. But the Wanambi, like, Wanambi is a python. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it's in the genus Liasis, which is the same as, like, olive pythons and water pythons. Except, for some reason in this game, it apparently rattles its tail like a rattlesnake, and it has venom, even though it's supposed to be a python. Ooh, you know what? I definitely saw a handful of those moth cocoons. I don't think those will be as... Yeah, those won't be as hard to find. Because I remember seeing those clustered under these trees. Okay, here's another one. Who knows? I might actually complete Tallbrush Coast... Or, Tallbrush Coast. Twisted Forest quest before the server resets. And honestly, server resets probably when I'm gonna... Oh, I don't like that sound. That's Utah's. Ugh. Utah's would actually be a bit of a tough challenge if there's a group of them. Either way, yeah, I'm probably gonna call it for the night once this server ends. I don't feel like I'm gonna get back on. It's already pretty late. It's like what, 12:30? Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I'm going to be on this server quite a lot. I'm gonna try to be on most nights this week, as well as in the Discord server. I don't know why I just lagged. My brain just lagged there for a second. In the Discord server as well. I'm in that server a lot. And there we go. I actually managed to complete it. And what I should do is make sure I have stamina in case those Utahs do find me. Yeah, no, I get you. I mean, I'm lucky in the fact that my job is literally from home and I make my own hours, so I can kind of play it loose with my schedule. Alright, are you trying me? Or are you just being a cheeky little Hexacopteryx? Alright, he seems chill enough. I'm not too worried. At this point, I'm just running down the timer. He gave me a little head shake, so that's usually everyone's universal sign of friendly. Seven minutes, okay. I just have to live like 6 minutes because there's a 1 minute timer at the end. Yeah, I definitely didn't want to get back on Amarga again tonight. That was just rough. That was 3 hours of torment. But I'll definitely get back on tomorrow night. What could go wrong? See, if I was smart, I would stop moving and just hunker down somewhere and be safe, but where's the fun in that? I want to keep exploring this island chain. I don't come over this way too often. In before there's a Tylosaurus in the water somewhere. Ooh, is this a freshwater lake? I wonder. Huh, it is. Good to know there's fresh water on this island. Even if it is dirty. You know, I've never actually been to Six Flags. I mean, I grew up in South Florida, so like obviously I was not too far away from Disney and Universal and Busch Gardens and all that. So I've been to those places, but never been to Six Flags. Which is funny because I think we have a Six Flags in Florida. You know what? Sit there for a second, Stego. I'm gonna look that up. Correction. There does not appear to have been a Six Flags. Okay, there was a Six Flags in Florida, but it closed before I was born. Which is saying something because I am in my 30s. Wait, I hear footsteps. What am I hearing? Oh, great. Utah. Are we trying it? You're alone, Utah. That doesn't sound smart. It does not look like we're trying it. That is for the better, my friend. I mean, realistically speaking, I'm not really a rides guy. I don't particularly like going on rides, so I never really went to a lot of those places very much. In fact, I usually only ever went to Busch Gardens because they have a zoo. And in fact, I actually want to go back because they just set up a new exhibit specifically for lions and hyenas. And honestly, hyenas are kind of rare in captivity, so it'd be cool to see some. For such a common carnivore, it's surprising how rare they are in captivity. Like, I have seen them in captivity, but not many. And in fact, uh, before earlier this year, the only one I'd ever seen in captivity was in Zoo Miami, and their hyena is notoriously shy. So I've only ever seen like tiny fleeting glimpses of it. But then when I moved up here, I went to a private facility, like a sanctuary, I think. Yeah, it's a sanctuary called Carson Springs, and they have a handful of rescued hyenas. And theirs were far more active, which was really cool. Yeah, no, for sure. Listen, the original Jurassic Park and even Jurassic Park 2 and 3, absolutely excellent. Honestly, I even liked Jurassic World. But then like it's kind of started going downhill from there. Although I'll be the first to admit that Rebirth was kind of at least a little fun. It wasn't good, but it was fun. I'm interested to see where they go with it, at least. I just hope that they don't rush it as much as they did this one. Because I personally think it's crazy that they announced the movie in like February of 2024 and released it in July of 2025. That is an insane turnaround. Oh, well, looks like we're coming to the end here. And you know what? We're going to do it on this pretty little island. I don't particularly have enough time to safe log. But I think it auto safe logs you if you're here on the restart. Yep, cut me off. Alrighty then. Alright. I think it is just about time to call it for the night. But I do thank you all for coming through and chatting and making it a fun stream. And look forward to some more streams this week, especially now that I figured out the whole multi-streaming thing. Thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate it, man. Alrighty. Oh my god, how late is it? I don't want to look. Oh, it's 1 a.m. My god. Alrighty. Good night, everybody.